Okay, some of the key benefits that we have discussed that comes with our 3M VHB tape is that it is waterproof, which is what you'll need if you're selling your large outdoor signs, because you're going to need that in the outside environment, especially like with rain or sleet or snow. And it also holds up in good temperatures, such as like a hot climate or cold climate, whichever, and both sides. So that's also a benefit that comes with our tape. And also, it improves the work environment and makes the labor cost, it reduces the labor cost tremendously, and also is a much faster process than rivets and screws, and is an alternative to that. But it also comes with a smooth appearance, so you don't have these like rivets and screws kind of sticking out, and you can also paint over our tape if you need it to match your signs. And lastly, it also holds like a tight bond, it has a tight seal, and it just isn't any kind of foam tape, but it's a special tape. And so I'm going to show you how this will reduce your time with this tape, with our tape, instead of rivets and screws, and how it'll also reduce the cost. So first, I'm going to show you how this will reduce the time. So with your current process right now, it is taking approximately 500 minutes per unit. And so whenever you times that by 2,500, which is the number of units that you are currently processing in a month, you get 1,250,000 minutes. So whenever you times that by 12, which is how many months is in a year, you're going to get 15 million minutes. And so whenever we do the calculations with that, you're spending about 250,000 hours a year with your product and trying to do that. So with 3M VHB tape, it only takes half this time of what rivets would take. So doing the math with that, you get 7,500,000 compared to 15 million. So with the hours, it is also half of that, which is 125,000 compared to 250,000. So next, I'm going to show you how the materials, the difference in the materials cost. So with the rivets, it is $20 per unit, and whenever you times that by 2,500, which is the number of units you produce in a month, and you times that by 12 months in a year, you get $600,000 a year is how much you're spending on just your materials. And with the VHB tape, you would do 200, which is the inches of VHB tape needed per unit, divided by 1,296, which is the inches in a 36-yard roll of VHB tape, which is what our rolls come in. And you get 0.154, which is the rolls per unit. And once we time this by $180, which is the cost of our 36-yard roll of VHB tape, you get about $27.78 price per unit. So once we times that by 2,500, which is the number of units that you are producing a month, and you times that by 12 the months in a year, you're going to get $833,400 a year, which compared to $600,000 is more expensive. But I'm going to show you how once you put your labor cost into effect and with the materials, it's going to be a much cheaper process for you. So the labor per units with rivets, we went over how many minutes that it was taking you right now using your current process. So with that being said, we're going to do the 500 minutes, the total time it takes to complete one assembly line of a unit, times the 0.80, which is the decrease in application time with the VHB tape versus the rivets, and that gives you 400 minutes. And whenever you divide that by 60 minutes, which is the minutes in an hour, you get 6.67. And once we time that by 35, which is the hourly labor cost, you're going to get $233.33. So with that being said, that is how much the hourly cost for the labor would be with the rivets. So whenever we look at the tape, we're going to do 500 minutes times the 0.40, which is half of the 80% that I was telling you that our VHB tape decreases, and you get 200 minutes. And whenever you divide that by 60, which is the minutes in an hour, you get 3.33, and once you time that by 35, which is the hourly cost rate of your labor, you get $116.67. So when you see how that compares, that 233 is more expensive than the $116.67. So that's your labor cost. And once you do that per year, you're going to get the total cost for the year with the using the rivets, counting the labor cost, and also the materials. You're going to get $6,999,000, and then with the VHB tape, you're going to get $3,500,000. So you see how that saves you money there. So with the overall savings that we've discussed so far, we did the savings per year, which with the rivets is, like I said, $7,599,000, and then once we subtract the $4,333,000, which would the cost would be with the VHB tape, you're going to be saving approximately $3,266,000 a year. So that is a huge savings on that. So does that do you understand how big of a savings that is? Okay, so do you have any concerns or?
We have set our materials budget for the year, and the increase in materials costs would blow that budget.
Well, I understand that you have already set a budget for this year, and that this amount would totally exceed your budget, and that it is a big decision for you and your company to make. But this investment would be, I feel like, would be totally worth it, and it would actually end up saving you money in the long run. Does this address your concern?
Yes. The price of your tape seems very expensive for double stick foam tape.
Our products are slightly expensive compared to competitors, and may seem a bit expensive for tape, but I can certainly see why you feel this way, and other customers have felt this way before. However, after they took the time to examine our quality of our tape, they have found that the overall value of our tape is totally worth the investment, and that you will end up saving a lot of money in the long run, like I said. And it might seem like a little pricey at the beginning, but you will save money. And kind of like how I showed you, the materials cost ended up being more for the tape than the rivets. But whenever you throw in that labor and how long that takes, then it also plays a big part in that. Does that deal with your concern?
Yes.
All right, thank you.